Welcome, Bung Munches, to TP For Your Earholes. Today we are talking about something that's kind of fun, the top times that Beavis and Butt-head did good things. These are good boys.
Yes.
By the way, my name's Patrick Schmidt. In case you are new to the show, I have a co-host as well. Who is that?
This is Charlene Schmidt, Patrick's wife. And yes, we're doing 5 times each. We're each doing 5, so a total of 10. Did they actually do that many?
You know what? I think we can find 10.
I think we can, because we already have a list. We've both come up with selections. But right before we started recording, we decided to do a little bit of a twist. And that is, we can choose from either person's selection, and we do not know what the other person is going to select. So there's going to be a little bit of a surprise element to it.
And I think that'll be a lot of fun because you chose some pretty good ones. I chose some ones that are, I also think, pretty good, but I'm biased.
No, I agree. You picked some that I wanted to put on my list. So there.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And if you dig Beavis and Butt-head like we do, you are among your people. You have found the right place. The cool thing is you can also follow us on other places. That includes what, Char?
You can go to Blue Sky, Instagram, or Facebook. We've got accounts at all of those places, and the handle is TP For Your Earholes. If you just start typing that, chances are you're going to find us. And of course, we have a website, tpforyourearholes.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes and a contact form if you want to reach out to us there.
The last place we are, I guess 2 more places we are. 1, wherever you get your podcasts.
Truth.
And then 2, we're on YouTube as well. If you're listening to us as a podcast and you want to have a graphic to go with it, go to YouTube.
Yes, because our podcasting platform gives us a nice little waveform thing as we talk. And you know what? If you're on a mind-altering substance, that might be a lot of fun.
True. I'm with you there. I kind of wish I was right now, but we are both sober for this episode. And what do you say we dive right in? And because I'm super nice, how about you go first?
Aw, what a gentleman. Okay, how about, I kind of want to go for a pure pick, because some of these that we've come up with have missteps, things that didn't go quite right, or maybe we're not in the purest of form. So I think I'll kick everything off with some newer Beavis and Butt-head in the Ciabatta zone, where Butt-head's actually pretty great at his job in a goofy costume. He's winning over the influencers and doing his thing quite well. Now, he thinks he's going to score, but hey, everyone needs motivation. This is almost as pure of a pick as I can get, except for one other that I think is purer, but I'll save it for last.
Unless I steal it first.
Don't you dare.
Well,
I know.
let me address the Ciabatta zone because it is one of my favorite episodes of the new reboot. I am so with you that Butthead's actually pretty good at this kind of stuff. One of the things that I think works for him is that he's behind the mask, so 1, people don't see how maybe unfortunate looking he is, and 2, when you're in that kind of role, like, you're expected to be a little flirty and a little fun and say some out-of-pocket things. He can get away with that because of the anonymity, and that makes him really good at this, and ends up driving a lot of business to Burger World. It's really good.
Yeah, when normally he's doing the exact opposite. So it's really cool to see this reversal in a way. And you know what? Butthead's missing out on a career as one of those sign flippers. If he just learned a couple of skills, he'd have a steady job if he wanted one.
It's true.
If he wanted one.
And you can't spin a sign when you're wearing the Ciabatta Zone burger on your head, so.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you give him the right motivation, he could do that kind of a public-facing job. And even though most of us kind of hate this sort of thing, you know what? He might really excel.
Yeah, just put him behind a mask. He'll be okay.
Yeah. I know it's your favorite, the tax people. When it's tax season, they either dress up as Lady Liberty or Uncle Sam, and they're doing their thing. Hey, get your taxes done. Don't forget. Butthead could do that.
It's true. Although he wouldn't be able to flirt in the same way, but he could do that job, I think, pretty well.
He'd find a way. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You'd be listening to Crowbar.
While stomping around as Uncle Sam. Interesting thought.
Purely American.
America. Okay, well, let's get to your first pick now.
All right. So when we developed this topic and started talking about making this an episode, there was one episode that jumped to my brain immediately, and that is a very special episode.
Oh, with the bird.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you're waiting for an episode title, you're going to be waiting forever because that's the name of the episode, a very special episode. And I think it's super cute how Beavis really cares for this baby bird in this situation. Now, he thinks he's doing it because the bird will die because of it. It turns out the bird thrives because of it. Now, reasoning aside, it was actually really sweet to watch Beavis be a good mom bird.
Yeah, he's chewing the food, he's sacrificing his time and his energy and his nutrients, all for this little baby bird.
And I think one of the best moments of that episode is Beavis just reaching into his pocket and pulling out a bunch of worms. Where'd those come from? Oh.
They've just always been there.
Yeah.
Don't you have worms in your pocket?
So good. It's a cute little moment, but it's also, I think, proof that, you know what? Maybe they could be parents.
What? Ooh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Just tell them that the child is going to die if you feed it. Just tell them the child is going to die if you put a blanket over it before it goes to sleep.
Oh,
tell them
wow.
the child's going to die if you sing it a lullaby. It might be decent parents.
I don't know. Are you forgetting the episode where they babysat those kids?
Oh, true. True. They just didn't have the proper motivation.
So, okay, motivation has been a big key word in this episode already. Like, what, 6-7 minutes of it?
Yeah, we're 2 episodes discussion deep. We got 8 more to go. Motivation might be a thing that pops up again. We'll see.
Okay, well, let's find out. And I'll go for another pick where it's the episode versus the vending machine, where Beavis warns Tom Anderson about the defective vending machine that stole their money and didn't give them their sour cream and salsa pork rinds. And so if he were to throw his change in there, he'd have to write to the company, and the address is on the side. And that was a fairly well-intentioned thing.
Now, I think Beavis had some ulterior motives there, too, about, hey, don't buy my sour cream and salsa pork rinds because you're going to get 2 for 1.
True.
But at the same time, if you didn't have that context and you're Tom Anderson, we're like, oh, wow, thank you, buddy. Thank you for helping me save my 50 cents. Now, how do I get my money back?
Right. Where's that damn dime?
But it is, I think, kind of a very pure moment maybe for Tom Anderson.
For him, yes.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, Buff Coat and Beaver aren't so bad after all.
Yeah, in that instance, Beaver was actually looking out for him.
Maybe that's why he keeps inviting them back into his life.
He has some false hopes every now and then that just keep him afloat, making him think, this time it'll be different.
These 2 aren't like the regular hoodlums.
Right. Oh, Tommy boy. Okay.
So, if you don't mind, I'm going to build off of that idea.
Okay.
And get into another Tom Anderson moment, which is when Beavis and Butt-head offer to wash Tom Anderson's poodle.
Wait, they did good in this one?
Washing the dog.
Washing the dog.
I want to say this, first of all, we have not discussed this episode enough in this podcast, just in general.
No.
So in part, I just wanted to bring it up to talk about this episode. But in part, there is something kind of pure about, hey, let's help our neighbor. Now, they kind of screw it up because, one, let's talk about motivation. Their motivation is to get written into his will.
Right. That's the entire reason why they're doing this.
And 2, they put the dang poodle in the washing machine. That really doesn't work.
And this is already a sick dog.
Yeah.
They only make it sicker.
Mhm.
And then they barf all over the dog. I see the good intention, sort of, but the outcome is really a drawback here.
Yeah. Although, one of the things that made me put this on the list was the fact that when Tom presents these guys with his dog and he utters one of the lines that I cannot get out of my brain, she's been rolling around in her own sick. I would have been done. Nope. See you later. But Beavis and Butt-head actually stuck in there. Now, they made it kind of worse, but at the same time...
Kind of.
You know what? The dog came out of it okay. The dog actually kind of liked it. The dog got a little high from spinning around the washing machine. It was a poodle. They said it on Delicate.
Look, that poor dog has no idea what's going on anymore. It is brain damaged.
That's true. And let's be honest, though, they couldn't have made that situation much worse. That dog was gross, and even though they made it a little bit grosser, like, it's kind of one of those things like once you have shit on your hands, if you pick your nose, who cares?
Thank you for that visual, number one.
I am not speaking from experience here. Not at all.
I don't even want to know.
I'm not. I said I'm not speaking from experience.
Okay.
But I think it was a cute moment, if nothing else, that showed that they at least understand good and bad. And they were trying to do good. For bad reasons, but they were trying to do good.
Kind of. I mean, for them, yeah, maybe. But they really could have killed this dog. Please don't put your pets in the washing machine. That will not work the way you think it will. Okay?
They are not role models.
That's right. They're not even human. They're cartoons.
Yeah, hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported.
In other words, don't try this at home.
So, what's your next one? Where you want to go next?
I think I'm going to steal from your list this time, just to mix things up.
Okay.
And since we're talking about dogs, here's another episode with a lot of missteps, but maybe good intentions behind it. It's from the episode Bad Dog, where they adopt a dog from the shelter. This is by far the least likely adoptable dog in this shelter. Try to take them off the pound's hands. They don't even have to pay the adoption fee. That's how bad this guy is. However, what do? It takes all of about, 5 seconds to throw that dog a bone, and off he runs into the sunset to go anywhere and everywhere.
It also gives us one of the lines that we say a lot in our house, which may show up on a future Our Favorite Little Moments episode, which is, sit down.
Yeah, we say that quite a bit.
But I think they know what's good. They know not to go to a puppy mill. They know not to go to a pet store. They know to go to a shelter.
Well, they saw the ad and that dog talked.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That dog just talked.
Yeah, and that was enough for Beavis, and I have a feeling he convinced Butthead that this was a good idea, and off to the shelter they went.
And in any other circumstance, you might say, oh, look at these upstanding young teenagers doing good, doing right, making a good decision.
But no, and the vetting process at most shelters is definitely a lot more strict than what happened here, where I don't know how much this lady actually cared about her job, the attendant at the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You seem like responsible young boys. Really? What gives you that idea? Nothing about anything they did while they were there said that. But then we wouldn't have a story, would we?
No, well, that's part of the fun.
That's right. So, how about you now? What is your next pick?
All right, I'm stealing one off your list.
It's only fair.
Which is Dude, a Reward.
Ooh, okay, do it.
So Beavis and Butt-head find a camera and eventually take it back to its owner.
Eventually. After they've broken a few pieces, but then they find out, oh, there's a reward, and of course they take a few photos of themselves long before selfies was a word.
Yeah, let's get one of the captain.
Right.
Not only do they bring the camera back, in the process, they create this amazing set of modern art.
which the photographer puts in his next exhibit, and it is so moving that some people just can't handle it.
You know what? I think that photographer deserved to do that. I think that was okay. It was kind of like a morally gray area, like, oh, but Beavis and Butt-head actually took these photos. Is it okay for me to claim them? They messed up your camera in so many different ways. Yeah, it's okay to kind of get them back, you know?
Exactly. They probably destroyed, I'm assuming, thousands of dollars worth of equipment. This is how the guy made his money back and then some.
Yeah, so it's okay.
You know what? It all kind of leveled out. Turnabout is fair play. We're good here.
I'm going to claim 2 good things happened out of that. One, they did the right thing in bringing the camera back to the original owner. And then 2, they created art that moved people.
They sure did.
I think it's a twofer. I think it's a double.
Wow. You know what? Okay, I made this pick, and I didn't even go that far to realize that. How about that? I don't know if we can say that about anything else that's on this list.
I don't think so.
So that's pretty cool. And of course, the motivation, key word, is all about money.
Yes.
But in doing so, they did some genuine good, especially for this guy.
All right, so we're down to 4 picks. What's your second to last?
Okay, I'm going to go for the episode Citizen's Arrest, where they aid in the arrest of someone attempting a robbery at Burger World. And they're successful at this.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Just by kind of playing dumb and maybe stalling just long enough for the police officer to come in, who seems like a regular customer, so maybe there was a hunch that, oh, hey, he's going to show up at this time to get his refill, and then bam. And, I mean, that's how we would think about it. Maybe Beavis and Butt-head aren't thinking about it that way. But anyway, he comes in and takes care of things, and in doing so does tell Beavis and Butt-head, yes, you made a citizen's arrest. Yes, that is something you can do. And Beavis and Butt-head take it way further. But nevertheless, they stopped some crime.
Yeah, it started good. And they drew praise from law enforcement. That doesn't happen very often with these 2.
No.
So congratulations, boys. There's a little positive reinforcement there. And you notice what happened? A little positive reinforcement went a long way. And that's got to make your heart feel good.
Yes, they felt so emboldened that they just wanted to do it again and again.
And again, maybe it's a future career. Maybe they have a career in law enforcement or at least like mall security.
Well, they did try that one time, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were pretty good at it. Well, I wouldn't put it on this list of doing good things, but they were pretty good at the job. I mean, all things considered for them, they did a pretty good job.
They could do worse, which for them is an achievement. So are we down now? Let's see. We're down to your next to last pick now, right?
Right.
Okay, what's you going to do?
I feel like I have to bring this one up, and I don't know if this is the one you've been waiting on or not, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
2 Stupid Men.
Ooh.
This is new reboot stuff where Beavis and Butt-head are on a jury together. Now, how that happened, I have no idea. Like, how did these 2 dumbasses end up together on a jury? The odds of that are ridiculous. That said, I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, number one, how would they even know what to do with a summons and all of that? We got to forgive all of that because, yes, they actually did a remarkable thing and got people to reconsider what they thought was an open and shut case because it wasn't.
No, there was a lot of complexity to this, and their hesitation, now driven by the wrong reasons,
of course,
actually ended up creating a situation where they were doing a lot of good work in that room. They were deliberate. They were obtrusive to a point where they had to be to get justice served. And I think that's pretty awesome. I think if I were ever on a jury, I never have been, but if I ever were, I would want to be like Beavis and Butt-head on my jury.
So you want to be that contrarian who just wants to say no when everybody else says yes and they just want to get out of there?
Kinda. I mean, free sandwiches, I'll take it.
You earn like what, $14 a day? That'll get you by.
Mm-hmm.
That'll buy you a beer.
Sitting in an air-conditioned room, I'm set. I sound like Stanley from The Office. I'm sorry. Sitting in an air-conditioned room, judging people?
And you know what? Hey, in Highland, Texas, I'm sure some AC goes a long way.
True. All right, so I've been dying to know now all episode which one has been your one, and we haven't talked about it yet, right?
We have not. No.
Okay.
It was not Too Stupid, Ben.
Okay, what is it?
Although that's such a good pick. Love that. But no, here is where it comes from. It's from the movie Beavis and Butt-head Do America, where Butt-head hands over the X5 unit and saves America.
Woohoo! We did it, guys.
And he does it so innocently. He's just like, here you go.
Yeah.
There is no motivation here. He's not looking for money or a reward of some sort. Now, granted, they do get to become ambassadors of some kind for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and they meet the president again. And so they do get rewarded, but there's nothing in this action that is motivated purely by selfish wants. It's just, oh, you want this? Here it is. Now, granted, he probably doesn't have a clue what it is. That's okay. Let's forgive that.
Let's also understand that he had a whole bunch of guns pointed at him, and he was probably like, oh, I don't want these guns pointed at me. Here you go. But at the same time, there was no pushback. He was just like, oh, yeah, here you go.
Right.
This is what all this kerfuffle is about. Here you go.
Yeah. The casualness.
And saves America. Now, at the expense of our good friend Tom Anderson.
Well, this is true. Tom Anderson more than had to pay the price. Him and his cavities.
Yes.
He got searched how many times and how many rubber gloves got used? Man.
Roto-Rooter.
Oof.
Yeah, I think the movie, and I think that scene in particular, really did prove that Beavis and Butt-head really do have pretty pure hearts.
They do. There is a pure innocence to them. They're largely motivated by money and chicks and their potential to score, but they're also not evil. You know, they're not trying to take this X5 unit and blow up America because that would be cool. Explosions. No.
And I think that's something people get wrong about these two.
Yeah, people overlook the fact that they are quite innocent in a lot of ways. And the movie, you're right, it does exemplify that so much because of the way, like the overly casual way Butt-head hands over the unit. Under those circumstances especially.
True.
Says it all, really.
Yeah, it does.
So that is why that is the purest time Beavis and Butt-head did good, at least to me.
All right. So here's my last one.
Do it.
10 of 10. So it was inspired by the conversation we just had about art and photography and due to reward. So my last pick is when Beavis and Butt-head created art for the world. Animation is cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we've talked about this episode before. It's one of my favorites, but the fact that they created this actually kind of cool animation, and even Van Driesen, who didn't necessarily like it, could appreciate it, was such a sign that they were doing good work and they were doing a good thing, even if it was an inherently like violent thing they created. That doesn't mean that it wasn't visceral and cool and worth somebody's time.
Right. Somehow they put something together that had some social commentary. It was interesting to look at. It did get praise from Van Driesen to the point where he wanted to watch it twice. It's probably the best school assignment Beavis and Butt-head ever did.
Like, how do you top impressing the guy who, like, he'll never give up on you, but let's be honest, his expectations are pretty low?
Yes.
To impress a person like that, it's got to feel so good. And even though Beavis and Butt-head don't feel good about it,
I don't think they're understanding why Van Driesen is showering them with so much praise, because all they did was draw a bunch of dead people.
Right. And you drew a whole bunch of dead people and it turned into 2 dead people. So I don't think they got it, but I do think they created something that the world needed at that moment, or at least Van Driesen needed at that moment. And to uplift somebody is the goal of art, right? It's to express yourself and to put yourself out there and hope that others see what you see and feel what you feel. So how do you do better than that?
I don't know if you do. I agree 100%. That's a great one to end on. However, we do have a couple of leftovers from our list. Do we want to do some honorable mentions and get them out there?
Sure, I'd love that.
Okay. Well, another thought that occurred to me was the walkathon episode, where they pay in some fashion, meaning they have to walk all this money off, but they made a very generous pledge to Daria for $100 apiece.
Accidental, but at the same time, really donating to, oh gosh, I don't even want to say it's a good cause. It's the Christian Businessmen's Association.
Yeah.
But their heart was not in the right place. But at the same time, it ended up creating something that was probably good.
Right.
Like probably a net positive for the world.
Well, I would say it's a net negative where they evened it out more or less. And did they learn anything? No.
And sometimes that's all we can get from Beavis and Butt-head is just to not be a net negative in the world.
Right. That's still kind of a win here. So that's why this episode occurred to me.
Another one that was on my list was the episode Jump, which I don't know a lot of people will be familiar with because it wasn't like a huge thing in rotation as far as replays and stuff like that. But in the episode Jump, they successfully talk a guy off the roof who was thinking of jumping.
Yeah.
They saved the day in a very unusual way, but they still saved the day. This guy's alive in part because Beavis and Butt-head were there to stop him from making the biggest mistake of his life.
That is such a good pick because I didn't think about that at all. And they saved a life.
Yeah, it was, I think, one of those early episodes that kind of crossed the line and at the same time also made you feel good that they did.
Yeah, it's taking a very serious topic, and these two animated dumbasses actually end up saving the guy's life. It's a very interesting story, really.
It is. We have one left on our list. What is it?
The last one I've got is from Stuart is Missing, where the boys help Mrs. Stevenson find Stuart. There's some caveats here, though, of course, where...
Of course.
I mean, Stuart was hiding in the closet in their house the whole time, and they're talking often about, oh, Stuart's probably dead. There's no way he'd miss lunch and stuff like that, making Mrs. Stevenson cry. Nevertheless, they do go out and at least join her to look for him. So there's that.
And I think that's part of what we see when Beavis and Butt-head are trying to do good things is the effort's there. The heart might not be in the right place. They may not know why they're doing it. But eventually when y'all boil it down to what makes them do good things, it's they know they got to put something out there into the world. And in those moments, normally they fail, but sometimes they succeed.
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, usually.
But they always do something, and that's what keeps us coming back.
It's hard to craft a story if they're just sitting on the couch all the time. Now, granted, they've done that.
Yeah.
They have done stories where they're on the couch all day, like Dream On.
Sure.
But you can't do that every time.
No. No, absolutely not. These are just some of the times where it actually worked out in a net positive. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So thanks to all you butt munches for joining us this week. We really appreciate it. We are, of course, in a bunch of different places online. Follow us, please. Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, at TP For Your Earholes. Stop by tpforyourholes.com. Visit us on YouTube. You know how to find us. We would love to hear from you.
We sure would. And next week, we've got another banger list set to go. And instead of the good stuff, we're going to talk about the times when we felt bad for Beavis and Butt-head.
When did they actually generate pity? That'll be fun.
We're going to find out. So tune in next week to see what we have to say about that.